So biomechanically, you want to stack your load-bearing joints. The ball of the foot, the top of the knee, the tip of the elbow, and the top of the spine, depending on your build, should be pretty much in a plumb line. You've got a pretty big upper body, so you should have a little bit of space between the end of the club and your body, which is what you have. But your arms should hang directly underneath your shoulders, which they do. This is the shaft plane. This is the shoulder plane. The golf club should swing somewhere in there. What I'm going to do is just check your levels. Hopefully your head doesn't go up or down or sideways too much, which from what I could see it doesn't, which is good. Let me blow this up a little bit here. Your grip already looks better, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you a couple people that play golf more than recreationally. Now what I want to see is, with that line right there, I want to see how much movement you have. I like your takeaway. It's nice in what we call one piece. This triangle unit is intact nicely. So that's really good. Very little movement. That's awesome. Your straight left arm, right hand comes off the club just a little bit. If we go a little more zoomed in here, you can see your right hand is, for me, it's just a little off. I would prefer it not to be. It's just coming off a little bit. But that's, again, your left arm looks great there. And as you swing down, you transition nicely. Your weight, and I haven't really shown you this over here, this graph yet, but your left knee moves initially to start the downswing nicely there. Step down nice. So your head's hardly moved. This is really good. Your impact condition, the shaft should be slightly in front of the ball, pointed more, but that's just minuscule. So overall, you've got a nice action, but your club face control, you got a little bit too much wrist there. So what I want to do is take some of that wrist out of your swing, too much angle. If you use your hands, you're going to overuse your hands. I would prefer you not to have all that wrist cock. So let me just show you a model. You and I are pretty much the same build in terms of the height and all that. But what's interesting is, see how I don't cock my wrist quite as much? So when I get to where my left arm's parallel to the ground, you've got a lot of wrist cock there. That's really hard to control. Now that'll give you power because it's angular momentum, it's leverage, it's good. And you have a nice wide arc, which is really helpful for power. You maintain your radius nicely. But I want a little bit less wrist cock. You see how I don't have quite the wrist cock you have there? Swing is short, and then as I come through, the handle's slightly in front of the club head. But overall, you have a really good swing. So that's the one. I like to feel some connection between the upper arms and the chest. The principle being the center of the body and the hands have to move at the same rate of speed along with the belt buckle through the hitting zone, so the face stays square to the arc. So if there's any manipulation of the hands during the swing, you're going to lose that relationship. Whereas if you just turn your body, the face will always stay square to the arc as long as your fulcrum, the center of your chest, and the butt end of the club are moving together. That's sort of a fulcrum. So that would be, so yeah, my swing's a little bit simpler in the sense that it's a little shorter. There's a little bit less wrist cock here. I do that transition here, same as you. The left knee goes, the hips go, then the trunk, then the arms, then the hands. So we're doing the same stuff. You got a really good swing, but we got to take some of that wrist. And there's a little bit of flippiness. You see how the club head passes your hands a little bit? That's because the left wrist is breaking down. Whereas you can see the relationship between the left arm and shaft in my swing, there's more of a straight line condition there.
Yeah.
Through the zone, so that just, there's a little bit less hand club head deviation, or club head variance is minimized.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you have a very good swing. Now, this is the good angle. The angle that I didn't like so much is this angle. There's some issues, not serious, but your swing plane is not a big problem. You keep the club pretty much in that triangle, in that cone, nicely here. Pretty nice at the top. That's exactly where the club should be, square and parallel. But here's the problem. You lose your spinal posture just a little bit. So what that means is,
I'm hunched over.
well, your back's rounded, but that's just from sitting at a desk, and gravity over time, you get what's called retraction. You want to protract, pull your sternum up, pull your shoulder blades down, and just work on your posture. Everybody gets, you know, round shouldered that way. I'm the same way. But the club goes nicely on plane here, but right here is where you get into trouble. Your head's going to pull away and come up just a little bit. That's very minuscule though. And the plane is a little steep. You can see how the club gets outside the cone there. So you're a little steep and a little across the ball, but it's not that much. Now, what should it look like? You're very close to what it should look like, but I'm going to just show you a slight difference here. Alright, so I'm round shouldered, just like you are. I'm going to take the club back on plane. The hands stay on the shaft line, the club stays on the shaft line, the face stays square to the spine angle, the club sets parallel to the inclined plane of the shaft, club's in the right spot at the top, not unlike yours. Coming down, the club stays in the cone a little bit better with me, but watch the exit of the club. It's going to exit left and around my body and come out parallel to the inclined plane of the shaft. You don't do that. And the reason you don't do that is you don't rotate your body well enough through the hit. Your hands work straight up. They should work around your left hip. The golf club should follow the turn of your body. Your arms are going out and up, and they should follow. If this upper arm was connected to your chest and you rotated, where would your hands go? They would follow the turn of your body. But your hands and arms disconnect from your body. So the exit is too high. And so, but yeah, you don't have much wrong here. I mean, that's very minimal. Most of the problem is with the face of the club, and it's your grip. Your grip was wrong. I guarantee you we can fix the slice right now. So that's what we're going to do. Something. I'll put something else, somebody else up here similar to your size. This is Langer. I played with Langer in the senior PGA, and he's like a machine. But again, not too dissimilar to what you're doing. The club comes down, pretty much similar. See how it exits? Yeah, and so it exits on the same plane.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're doing a lot of good things. We want to take, so in summary, we want to take a little bit of this out of your swing, and connect the upper arms and feel like the center of the body, the belt buckle and the hands are all moving together.
Yeah.
That's it. And everything I just said was recorded.